Hello, welcome back to my channel. It is the day after my second chemo treatment, and I just finished my workout for today. I feel pretty similar to how I felt after my first one, in that I have a little bit less energy overall, but otherwise I feel pretty okay. So I'm pretty happy about that. Obviously I felt well enough to work out. I did have to modify it a bit. I didn't do the full number of rounds for everything, but I did more than half of the total prescribed rounds, so I'm happy with that, especially given my current circumstances, so I really can't complain about that. As you probably noticed, I am sporting a new look up top. In the last week, pretty much most of my hair fell out, and whatever's left this morning I actually just shaved it so it wouldn't be so patchy. But probably after this second round, I'm guessing more, if not all of it, will fall out. So hopefully I won't have to do too much upkeep with the shaving. This is the closest I've ever had to shave my hair. Even in basic training, I didn't have to shave. It wasn't shaved this close. So this is slightly new for me, but I think I can get used to it. After I finished shaving this morning, first thing I said was tea Earl Grey hot, for those who know. For my workout just now, I did deficit dumbbell deadlifts. So what that is you set up a plate or something to stand on about 2 inches off the floor. And then, so that will, when you go down for the deadlift, you have to reach just a bit farther to get to the floor. So it increases the range of motion. So I did that to start, followed by weighted step-ups onto a box, holding one dumbbell on one side, and you step up with the same. If I'm holding a dumbbell in my right hand, step up with the right leg, and then once you're up on top of the box, you bring the other leg, in this case my left, up to hip height, and then go back down. I did 6 reps of right leg, and then you switch sides, 6 reps on the left leg. And then that was followed by maximum reps of dumbbell floor press. So it's like bench press, but without a bench, you lay on the floor. So range of motion is cut in half pretty much, because you descend until your elbow touches the floor before you go back up. So I was supposed to do 5 rounds of that total, and I only did 3. Before moving on to part 2, so that was all part 1. And part 2 started with max reps of push-ups, and then 10 reps of Bulgarian split squats, 10 on each leg. And then after that, 30 Russian twists. The push-ups were pretty hard because your triceps were pretty smoked from the max reps of floor press that I did earlier. That was pretty challenging. And this part 2, I was supposed to do 3 rounds, resting 2 minutes in between rounds, but I just did 2. I was pretty out of breath, so I didn't want to risk hurting myself or pushing myself too hard, given that it's just, one day out from doing my second round of chemo. So, but I'm not upset really about that. So this is more of a win than anything. God has been so gracious and kind to me, answering a lot of people's prayers. And again, thank you so much for your support and your prayers. I definitely feel it. I hope that this will continue, as far as me having just enough energy to be able to exercise and continue to do this during the entirety of my chemo. Exercise for me is extremely therapeutic for not for just my body, but for my mind and my spirit. And then I love to share that with other people too. For over the past year, I've regularly had people over nearly every week to do CrossFit with me. And I have very, very much enjoyed training other people who've never done CrossFit before. And it's funny because a lot of people, a bird just flew into my garage and back out. A lot of people before doing CrossFit, they have this negative connotation about it. It's just what they've seen online and heard from other people that, oh, CrossFit's dangerous. You're gonna get injured. It's not a good way to train, or it's really stupid. But once they train with me, and I always emphasize safety over anything else. I always make sure they have good form for everything, for the whole duration of the workout. If they start compromising their form, I'll tell them to stop, or I'll have them adjust and do either a different exercise altogether, or decrease the weight or the number of reps. So I'm always looking out for people to have good form, because if you injure yourself, then you can't work out, and that defeats the whole purpose. I would never make someone do what I feel like they're not proficient in, or that they're not confident in doing themselves. So I definitely drill technique a lot, things like power cleans or kipping pull-ups. And I always have them do strict pull-ups too, and I teach them the kip eventually over many weeks. And power cleans is another one that for most of my guys, it's taken them a good number of months to get it down. The most common thing is the early arm bend and just muscling the weight up instead of using full hip extension to get the weight up. So it just takes a lot of practice and timing to let that click in their head. I've really loved training other people. Long time ago, 10 or 11 years now, I actually had my level 1 and my level 2 CrossFit cert. This is when I was this close to opening up my own CrossFit gym, but it ended up not working out. I had an investor who was going to back me at the beginning, but then last minute he backed out, so I was not able to do it. But yeah, I haven't trained anybody until this more recently. So it's been nice to kind of scratch that itch with just, having fun and training my friends here in my home gym. So yeah, that's kind of the latest on what's going on with my health journey. Kind of early to say, but so far, I'd say this second go around I'm feeling maybe better than my first time, because I remember the first time it took me longer to get going in the mornings. And this time I feel like it didn't take me as long. And it was just as far as like waking up, getting out of bed, and kind of feeling, normal. Even if I didn't go fully up to 100% energy, maybe I only went up to 80%. But the first time around, it took me longer to reach the 80% and feel like that. But today it didn't take me long to get there. So I'd say overall, I'm doing better, I think, the second time. I would like to say that part of that probably is I've also been following Hope for Cancer's prescribed protocol for me to do alongside the chemo. They gave me a regimen to follow. It's a lot of supplements that I take every day, and it's designed to support me during my chemo. It is to help protect my healthy cells and my organs from being damaged by the chemo. The first time around, so I started this right when I started my first chemo treatment. So this time around for number 2, I've been doing this for the past 3 weeks now, the other support protocol, and so I kind of had that going into the second treatment. So I would say there's a pretty good chance that is why I'm doing better. I haven't posted anything recently about Hope for Cancer, but I think I will make another video about that. That was in one of my earlier videos. I mentioned that I was losing motivation to make videos after like Hurricane Helene and the holidays, and I had filmed a pretty lengthy video all about Hope for Cancer, so I think I'll make an updated video about that for my next one to kind of describe what that was all about, since that has been a big part of my cancer journey. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you later.